Hi guys, welcome to my coffee show. My name is Jack, and today we have a lever fever. Today we're going to compare two of my fantastic lever machines, and I love them both. So we are comparing Pavoni Esperto with Flair Pro 2. Flair Pro 2, amazing low-cost lever machine, very mobile. It weighs around 3.2 kg with all the accessories. It comes in that nice carrying case. In the back there is you've got a tamper. So that's a 46 millimeters, let's call it a basket. So you need a special tamper, and you get it with it. You've got the screen, again, that helps with the extraction. Few other things. It's made out of stainless steel and aluminium mostly. There are a few plasticky parts. There is a drip tray, not huge, but well. The issue I've got here is because of the space or lack of it here. I struggle to put my scale, my Felicita Arc scale, so I kind of have to maneuver it like this. It's a bit wobbly. Sometimes it may give inaccurate readings, and you need a scale, as you know, if you want to pull consistent espresso shots. It looks fantastic to me. It works really well. One big thing about this machine is the pressure gauge, and you can do the pressure profiling. And because of that pressure gauge, this machine can compete with the machines many times more expensive than this one. So this costs, I think, 350, 330, 350. Here is the water chamber made out of solid metal, and here is the filter basket, kind of combined, as I mentioned, 46 millimeters. So what I like about this water chamber is big, so you can easily pull shots that are larger than 1:2 ratio. You can, I think you could go for 1:4, definitely 1:3. The filter basket, you can get 18 grams. Normally I go like 16, but you can go for more than that. It's narrow, but it's deep. You need to take that into consideration when you grind for this machine. So you usually grind coarser because of the different geometry of the basket. So this is espresso machine and espresso machine only. If you like milk beverages, you need to find a way to steam your milk. So that will add up to costs. I don't know, a good milk steamer would be, well, let me know, but I think around 100 quid. This machine doesn't have a boiler. So you need access to hot water. So you need a kettle of some sorts. The thermal management is extremely important. So this is made out of solid metal. It takes time to warm it up. What I do, I just put some water here, low heat. I position it here inside, and just gently heating it up. By the time I finish my pack prep, everything is nice and hot. Pulling multiple shots, not undoable, but it can be slightly tricky, especially in the morning when you have to rush, if that's your daily driver, and you have to pour, I don't know, 2 shots for yourself, 2 shots for your wife, 5 shots for your kids, I don't know. Everything here will be hot when you finish. I mean, there are those rubber things that isolate, so that helps a little bit, but oh, I burned myself so many times. There is always a little bit of water here after you finish brewing, so that hot water on your hands, not necessarily the nicest thing, especially in the morning. Let's talk about Pavoni now, so it's not jealous. Stunning looking machine, is made mostly of the stainless steel and brass. As far as I know, there's no aluminium. Obviously some wooden accents here and there. Some people, and I might agree with them, believe that this is one of the best machines out there. The style, the look, for me it looks great. For other people it might be too much, it might be kitsch. I've done a review, I will put that in a description. You also have a pressure gauge and it's the pressure gauge here. You also have a boiler gauge. Yes, this machine has a boiler. Heat up time about 4 or 5 minutes. There is also that thermal mass of the group head that you need to worry about, something similar as with the Flair Pro 2. So what I do, I either do those dry pumps, or I just do few dummy flashes, dummy shots. I put the digital thermometer on the side. I'm not obsessed with that, but every now and then I look at it. You get the temperature stripe here. So most of the time I'm aiming for 85, 90, maybe even 95 if I've got some tricky light roast. Water tray here. There's a plastic bit here. You can see exactly where your water level is. The boiler is about 1.6 liters capacity. The machine itself is 6.2 kgs. Because of the boiler, you can also steam milk, and it's steaming milk really well. Some people don't like that the fork, the handle wobbles. I tighten up the screws, I put some grease inside because it was rubbing, and it works, you know. But for some people, for this kind of price, and this cost, well, I paid 1,200, I think. I think now it costs 1,003 or maybe 1,350. When I pull the shot, because of the way this is designed, it can wobble. If there is some water on the countertop, it can slide. And remember, everything here will be hot. With the Flair Pro 2, as long as that group head is away, the hot group head, the rest doesn't get hot. If you have small kids running around, might not be the best machine, or at least think about where you position it. I've noticed something with the wood, the quality of the wood. I mean, something that I haven't mentioned before. This feels very light, which is good, but that wood feels... I'm not saying cheap, okay? I'm not saying cheap. I've noticed things like, and it appeared very, very quickly after I got it. So you see some of that part of the wood is rubbing off. Another thing is that that part of the wood is untreated. And because it's in a prolonged contact with water, so there's always some water, it eventually causes the wood to swell a little bit. There are some cracks appearing, so I covered it with varnish, but I did it a bit too late. The same with the top, the one that you seal the boiler. That part here is untreated, and some water always gets there, so it also can get some water damage. And I also noticed a small crack in the main lever. All of those accessories you can easily replace, so that's not a biggie, but something that I have to mention. So this portafilter is 51 millimeters, and it comes with IMS filter basket, all made specially for La Pavoni. You also get Tamper, but the Tamper is not that precise, so I prefer to use a Normcore Tamper. It's basically, there is no room for maneuver, while the original Tamper, that looks great, but over the months I've noticed few scratches here and there on the top, but that's like with every machine with that kind of finish. So let's pull 2 shots and we see which one I like the most. By the way, it's always a good time to click like and subscribe now. Who knows what's coming next, probably channeling. I will also put some affiliate links in the description. If you want to support the channel, you can look into those links. In the background you can hear the La Pavoni is boiling the water. I'm also heating up the group head for Flair Pro 2. The coffee we're using today is a Caravan coffee roaster coffee from Ethiopia. That's a washed Ethiopia. Tasting notes, we should get peach, passion fruit and floral. I will try to pull 2 of those shots in a similar way. I will use 15 grams of coffee in, and we see what we will get out. I will be aiming for 1:2 ratio. That's one thing that I haven't mentioned about La Pavoni. Without using that Fellini maneuver or whatever, it's difficult to pull a shot that it's longer than 1:2 ratio. It's not impossible, but it can be tricky. Water chamber, it's relatively small. The way I will pull a shot today, first the coffee will be in contact with water for about 30 seconds. So without, on both machines, without me doing anything. Then I will apply a pressure of about 3 bars, and I will hold the pressure of 3 bars for 10 seconds. Then I will apply a pressure up to 9 bars, and then I will be gradually coming off the pressure. I will try to repeat the same process of both machines so the shots are comparable. Obviously they will never be the same. You can pull 10 shots on La Pavoni and each shot will be slightly different. The same with Flair Pro 2. With time, with experience, you can pull similar shots, but they never are exactly the same. Now, which grinder to use? I was tempted to use my new Solo 38. I use it at the moment as my daily grinder, because I want to season the burrs for the next video. But I think let's choose the safe option today, and we will be using a niche. La Pavoni is ready. Let's pull a nice shot. We managed to get 27 grams of liquid crema. Well, could be better, but it's, you see, it's nice, thick shot of espresso. Green fruity smell, little bit of sweetness, very nice. By the way, on the niche, I'm on the setting number 11, and I pretty much hit it in the first attempt. Smells amazing. The more I smell it, the more fruits I can detect. But let's see how it tastes. Nice body. That's always the case with La Pavoni, and then with the Flair Pro 2 as well. There's a sweetness, nice bitterness, like a chocolatey bitterness, fruitiness, maybe hints of passion fruit, but I can definitely taste the peaches. We managed to get all the flavor notes. It's a very satisfying shot. It's the first time I drink this coffee. I cannot compare it with other styles, with other types of shots, but I like it. Nice sourness, fruitiness. Yeah, I got everything. If you like a nice fruity shots of espresso, this could be for you. Very clean taste. Okay, 11.17. So that's a lot of TDS, but remember the ratio is lower. And we've got 20% extraction, so 15.1 grams of coffee in, 27 grams of liquid out. Spot on, and yeah, exactly in the middle where it should be. So tastes good, and the refractometer agrees with me. That will be the first time. Now we will pull a shot of Flair Pro 2. So here we have it. Have a look about the crema, about the same nice thick. It took me a few attempts, but we managed to get something. So I had to grind much coarser. 16, 17 right now on the niche, and probably number 18 would be even better. Maybe less floral in a smell. There is a sweetness, there is that nice sourness, little bit of the bitterness. The main flavors are there. Probably we lost a little bit of the nuances, but the reason is it feels, I talked about the thermal management. Probably we lost some of that temperature, so the shot is a bit colder. Maybe the water wasn't as hot as I would like. Normally I use boiling water. I think this time I use 97 degrees. Passion fruit, possibly we lost. Peaches, but you know what, the difference, it's maybe few percent, let's say 3% worse this shot than that shot from La Pavoni. the same ratio. So you see, that's lost that 1%. And I would say that I can actually feel that loss of that 1%, even though that's within the margin of error. Good, very similar, but lost that wow factor slightly. If you are still here, definitely click like, subscribe. The next video we will be playing with the SPTK 38 grinder, and I will compare it with maybe niche, I don't know, we will see. So two lever shots pulled in similar style, the same amount of coffee in, the same amount of coffee out. The time, I'm not obsessed with the timing because that depends on a few factors. Flair Pro 2 was slightly longer, and overall extraction of the Flair Pro 2 was a bit lower, both to my taste buds and to refractometer. Now, every now and then I get a perfect shot of espresso on La Pavoni. Every now and then I get a shot of espresso on Flair Pro 2 that blows my mind. So both of those machines are capable of pulling extremely good shots. It's slightly easier on the La Pavoni because you've got the boiler, the workflow is faster. It's pretty much almost like a semi-automatic machine. While with the Flair Pro 2 you have to think about lots of things. To dial in, I mean, I'm more familiar with La Pavoni. I use it daily, so that's why it was easier for me to dial it in. But once you use Flair Pro 2 for a week or so, you will roughly know the settings and so on. If you are looking for something to travel with, Flair Pro 2, it's easier, definitely easier to take with. It is possible to use it as a daily driver, and I'm sure lots of you do, and please let me know in the comments if you do. But it takes some effort, more effort than I'm willing to spend on a daily basis, especially in the morning when I have to rush. La Pavoni, on the other hand, it can be a perfect one and only espresso machine, and it also steams milk. The choice is yours. I try to be as objective as possible. Price is a factor. This machine is £1,000 more expensive, and definitely it's not £1,000 better. The shot was 1% better than the shot from Flair Pro 2. Let's say if you have a semi-automatic machine and you want to get into the lever world, but you don't want to spend too much, then definitely this is something for you. And you can do shots, you can pull shots that you wouldn't even think about on the regular E61. Are you guys looking for any lever machines? Which machine are you leaning to? Let me know in the comments. But for today, thank you very much for watching. My name is Jack. This is my coffee show, and hopefully I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.